That's good.
So,
It's a lukewarm take for me because that just makes sense. But
Okay. I guess it's a little lukewarm, but
I mean,
the
they are
fan,
the number. They are the number one seed.
right.
everybody's been writing them off all year. We'll see.
I
Yeah,
mean,
we'll see. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of On Second Thought, where we talk about the NBA playoffs. So if you love NBA basketball, this is definitely the show for you. And we got a lot of interesting topics today, a lot of them. I'm very excited to talk about it. You know, every week we come on this show, we debate, talk about basketball, and we just have fun. So I'm looking forward to it today. And I am your host, Tramell Jeffers. And alongside of me is my crew. First, I have Jerome. You know, he's a co-host on the show.
yes, sir.
And today we have a special guest, Miss Brittany G, a very special guest. So I'm glad to have you here today. Y'all doing okay today?
Yeah, glad to be here.
It's good as I'll ever be, man. I'm still a little terminally ill, but it's okay.
Surprised both of y'all have smiles on y'all faces. I mean, both of your teams were just eliminated. And like they say, misery loves company. My team didn't make the playoffs. Y'all know I'm a Detroit Piston fan. So now I'm glad to have company at the house with me. So welcome to the Cancun trip.
Man, just for you to admit that live on air, you're real courageous, man. Know what I mean? You more courageous than me. I wouldn't just be putting that on the air. You feel me? So,
Right.
hey,
I just gotta keep it real.
Brittany all smiles after the Heat just, laid that dud. And, I'm still a little terminally ill. So at least, everybody on this show has good character. That's what the audience could take away. We have good character.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
More time.
All right, now before we get into the basketball talk and before we talk about the playoffs, I want the audience to get to know you a little better, Brittany. So tell them about your professional journey.
Yeah. So when I graduated undergrad, my first job out in the industry was with the New York Mets, and I was doing inside sales there. Then I went to grad school down in Florida, and I got my MBA and master's in sport and entertainment. And from there, I got my role with the Miami Heat in partnership marketing. So I was there for 2 years from Dwayne Wade's retirement until very recently in February. And now I currently work for an organization called the Oakview Group, which is a venue management firm that we manage about 29 different arenas in the NBA and NHL space.
Nice. So what is the best part of your professional journey?
Yeah, I think working on the team side, just being a part of these big moments, right? Like I mentioned, like Dwayne Wade's retirement, that was one of the first projects I got to really work on. And I work in sponsorship, so just pulling together different sponsors for him to make it was like a whole weekend, super incredibly memorable. And then being the great guy that he is. He took pictures with every single person in the organization, from janitor to our president. He was there for over 4 hours, and just being a part of something incredible moments like that is like unparalleled. It's why I work in the industry.
Awesome. So it pretty much sounds like you live in the childhood dream right now.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, now let's get into these playoffs. It's time to talk about the NBA playoffs. I know it's not looking too good for both of you all. And Jerome, man, this one is going to hurt. This one is going to sting. We're going to talk about the Lakers first. And the question is, who is to blame for the Lakers not making it past the first round? Who is to blame for them getting eliminated in the first round in the 2021 NBA playoffs? Who's to blame, Jerome? Let's start with you.
Okay, sir. Well, if you see here, the whole series was about 288 minutes, right? If you calculate, So, Anthony Davis only played 144 minutes of the potential 288 minutes that could be played in the series. And he's a starter. grave part of the team, and he only played 24 minutes in the last 3 games. Do we see the correlation I'm getting here? He played, absolutely terrible first game, only lost by 9. Games 2 through 3, fully healthy, Lakers dominant, up 2-1. He gets hurt, games 4 through 6. We lose. What else is there to say here? If Anthony Davis is here, we wouldn't even be having this discussion right now. But he was hobbled, you feel me? And we had to rely on other entities of the team. And as you can see throughout the season, they really struggled. And when we needed them the most, they did what they've been doing for most of the season, struggling. The team was built around AD and LeBron to their strengths. So we didn't really have that isolation score. That's not really Bron's game. He could score, but he's more of a playmaker. Like, that's when his game is the best. So honestly, yeah, man, I think you just have to, it's nothing else to blame but health, because we already knew what the other parts of the team were comprised of. Just, quality role players, just, get rebounds, do your job, get on the board, get on the floor, all that. But yeah, man, I just have to say it was health, man.
Okay, so we're gonna blame the injury bug. Okay. Brittany, what do you think? What was the problems for the Los Angeles Lakers not making it out the first round this year?
Yeah, injuries may have played a part, but you can't really put all the blame on one player. I feel like it's a team effort. But I will say, like, coming into like this entire season, the Lakers defense was number 1 in the NBA. Like, that's like without question. And I do think when you do have key stars like Davis taken out of the lineup, that dramatically affected the best asset I think the Lakers team has, which is their defense. And I think once that was disarmed, it was and then plus like the Suns' ability to like shoot and really come hard offensively. I think like that was really the downfall of the Lakers. They just couldn't get their team together without their core key pieces in the function that they do the best, which is their defense.
Right. So my take on it is I'm blaming the supporting cast of the Los Angeles Lakers. Of course, we know the injury for Anthony Davis played a big factor. That was huge, very huge. But I got to go with the supporting cast. Dennis Schroeder, he didn't show up in a couple games. Kuzma, Caruso, Matthews, Morris, they didn't show up at all. They all averaged single-digit points in the series. They didn't show up at all. So the blame goes to the supporting cast. And what we saw in that series, the Phoenix Suns pretty much mixed up zone and man-to-man. And when they played man-to-man, they sent help on LeBron James when he drove to the basket, forcing him to kick it out to the shooters. And the shooters just weren't knocking down shots. The Lakers lacked shooting. Caldwell Pope, Caruso, Matthews, Morris, Kuzma. None of these guys were knocking down shots. Nobody helped LeBron James out. And I also think LeBron is, I can't say he's declining, but I think that injury that he suffered in the regular season took a toll on him as well. And then them not having that much rest after the bubble last year. So I think all these played a big factor, but the majority of the blame goes to the supporting cast because they did not show up at all. And that's why the Lakers lost in 6. And now they're in Cancun with my team and with y'all's teams as well. So yeah, just had to get that out there again and rub it in y'all's faces.
I think it's fair, but I think all your points are fair. But like I said, when Anthony Davis, like she said, he's the great equalizer. That's our defense and our offense. So it all ties in with what street clothes, man. Anthony Street Clothes Davis. Thank you. Just come back. We just need you. Don't do anything in the off season, bro. Just ice baths every day, cryotherapy.
Oh yeah, both our teams need a longer off season. They needed it. 71 days between the finals and the start of the season. It was really one long season, so it's no surprise that injuries were happening.
You see how that toll took after that ring. A ring still fitted, but you see what toll it took on the, on the heat and the, the Lakers. I mean, at least we won the game, but we obviously it was a sacrifice to make it to the finals, man. So catch us next. I think we'll both be a force to be reckoned with if the right moves are made in the off season.
Well, summer vacation. I hope y'all enjoy y'all's vacations. But we're gonna move on to some teams that are actually still in the playoffs. So we're gonna move on to the Eastern Conference. We're gonna talk about probably the most exciting series that's left in the playoffs. And some people actually call it the Eastern Conference Finals because it is the two best teams in the East. You have the Milwaukee Bucks and the Brooklyn Nets. And the question is, who's more valuable to their team? Is it Jrue Holiday for the Milwaukee Bucks, or is it James Harden for the Brooklyn Nets? Which one is it? Brittany, we'll start with you.
I think it's Harden hands down. Like, I think when he was first traded to Brooklyn, everyone was like, this is a luxury trade because you already have Durant and Kyrie. But he proved himself over the course of the season with all the injuries that went on with their team, how valuable he was. I think when Harden was out, they were like under 500 as far as wins goes. I want to say that they were 9-10 without Harden, and then with Harden, like 27-10. So he's absolutely like a core piece of this trio. And I think when he's in and when he's healthy, he's dominating.
Okay, Jerome, what you got?
Honestly, I like where Brittany was going, man. I gotta go with Harden too. I mean, if you look at it, he controls the game. He's the point guard. He's gonna slow it down. He could get Giannis in foul trouble. And honestly, like if it's a close game, because I mean, if you look at the season series, it was pretty close. I think the Bucks averaged like 121 points a game to the Nets 119, and it was a 2-1 series. But I don't know if y'all remember that first game. It was one of Harden's first games with the Nets, 34-12-6, a win. So with that in mind, like it's been real difficult for the Nets to, really get that rhythm, because everybody's been out simultaneously, things such as that nature. But I feel as though Harden's going to control the pace and get to the free throw line, most importantly, and make free throws. And I think if Giannis is missing free throws like he was against the Heat, even though he started to pick it up a little bit at the end, but if he has a stretch like that, there's going to be a close series. Milwaukee going home. So I like Harden because he's going to control the pace and allow for Kyrie and Durant just to focus on scoring, not playmaking. So,
okay. I mean, both of y'all make good points, but I have to lean towards Jrue Holiday. And we saw it in that first series against Miami that he's much more valuable than Eric Bledsoe. He was a huge upgrade over Eric Bledsoe. It's not even a question. They performed way better than they did last year. Then they swept the Miami Heat in the first round. And I just think you take away Jrue Holiday. Okay, so Milwaukee's number one in scoring. They average 120 points per game. Let's say Jrue Holiday gets hurt with an injury and he's out. That is a big loss to the Milwaukee Bucks. They have absolutely no shot to beat the Brooklyn Nets if Jrue Holiday goes down, offensively and defensively, because he brings both to the table. And I think he can guard Kyrie Irving. I think he's the best point guard when it comes to defense. And then you look at James Harden on the other side. He's very valuable to the Brooklyn Nets. But the thing is, they have two other superstars, Kyrie Irving, Kevin Durant. If James Harden goes down or if he can't play, those guys can step up at any minute and put up 40 points. They're more than capable of stepping their games up. So I think Jrue Holiday is more valuable to his team than James Harden is, strictly because they have star power over there in Brooklyn. And Milwaukee needs everybody on that roster to win a championship or to win the series. So that's my take on it. I think Jrue Holiday is more valuable.
I'm not mad at it. I see where you're coming from a Milwaukee perspective. Yeah.
Yeah. I still disagree, but that was a solid argument.
Yeah, it was just...
Okay. I guess we just gonna have to disagree, but we all gave great points in my opinion, so it's cool. All right, now it's time for the hot take, man. Hot take season. Jerome, you made a hot take a couple weeks ago. You said that the Mavericks will win in 6, and last time I checked, it's mathematically impossible for the Mavericks to win in 6. The only way they can win is in 7, and I don't know if they're gonna do that. So time for you to go ahead and take your hot sauce before we give our hot take. So go ahead, pull it out, and then you're gonna have another one coming soon as well. So go ahead and get your first one and take it on camera.
Man,
get it. Let's go. Let's go.
Man. Just don't add no clown music in here, production team. Like, you feel me? Like let me take this hot sauce with some decency. You have some decency, man. Some leniency, something, man. All right, man. This hot take is sponsored by we still don't got a sponsor. Okay, we still don't got a sponsor, but we'll get that next time. So I'm gonna wipe this out because we don't give no free pub. But yeah, man. Sometimes you're wrong in life, and as long as I got the camera time, I'm gonna hug it. So yeah, I guess I'm gonna take a shot to the head.
Get used to that. Get used to that. You got another one coming.
He already has heartburn with the Lakers, y'all.
Straight heart. She got me right there.
But go ahead and give your hot take, Jerome. Go ahead and give another.
Because the heat got pun intended. Because the heat did get burnt.
Flamed out.
Don't worry over here.
I'm a
Miami Ice. I'm gonna call them the Miami Ice because they couldn't make a shot.
You gotta understand. All right, man. So my new hot take is how revelation. It's revelations. The Phoenix Suns will make the NBA Finals. Chris Paul will finally make the NBA Finals. Bucket. Now, I've been on the cold streak, but you know what must go up must come down, and vice versa. So I'm like, it's my time now. I've been cold, but shoot or shoot, man. So I'm going with the Suns to make the NBA Finals since they beat the best team, the NBA. So they have to.
I think you just love taking hot sauce. I think you doing this on purpose, man. You love taking hot sauce. That's what you're trying to do. You trying to take the hot sauce. You over here giving these bad takes. You know darn well the Phoenix Suns are not going to the NBA Finals. But hey, it's cool. I'm not taking the hot sauce, so it's you. That's you that's gonna take it. So it's cool. Brittany, what you got? What's your hot take?
I'm not going to disregard that. Let's let Brittany talk. Thank you.
This is real hot, but I think when it comes to the 76ers and the Hawks series, that Hawks are going to go in 5. They're going to win this in 5. That's my take. I think that Trae Young and the Hawks team, they're young, they're inexperienced, but they're like hype. And coming off of this win with the Knicks, plus all the pressure that they had with the fans, plus Embiid being potentially out. I know that there's debate whether or not he's going to play, but I think it might be an Anthony Davis sort of play if he does make it out there with a meniscus tear. I think that's a real strong shot, especially with Simmons not really known to be stepping up for their team. So that's my take.
Okay.
That's not bad.
I actually agree with it. Like I said, the last few episodes, everybody knows that I think the Atlanta Hawks, I think they have the best roster in the NBA besides the Brooklyn Nets. I just love their depth. I love their young talent. So I'm rooting for the Atlanta Hawks. And I hope your hot take does come true. Hopefully you don't have to take a hot sauce shot because I'm rooting for the Hawks right now since my team is in the playoffs.
You feel me?
Yeah.
So that was a good hot take. I like that one. Jerome, I don't agree with you. So I'm going to give my hot take right now because my hot take goes completely against what your hot take is. And I'm going to put my shades on for this one. No. I'm 2-0 right now with the hot takes. Now it's about to be 3-0. My hot take is the Utah Jazz will go to the Western Conference Finals. And the reason why is because they're going to play either the Los Angeles Clippers or the Dallas Mavericks. If they see the Mavericks, I think that is the best matchup for them. I think that is the worst opposition for the Dallas Mavericks. I think that's the team that the Mavericks want to avoid in the playoffs. But I think the Clippers will actually make it to the second round. So I think it'll be the Jazz versus the Clippers. And the Clippers have not made it past the second round. I know our executive producer, Mr. Ryan Aubrey, he's a Clipper fan. He's not going to like my hot take, but y'all haven't been out the second round. Y'all are pretty much the Cleveland Browns of the NFL. Honestly, worse because at least the Cleveland Browns have made it to a conference championship. Y'all haven't even made it past the second round. And y'all are struggling with the Dallas Mavericks right now. And y'all just show that y'all can't get any stops. And for pretty much the entire year, the Utah Jazz have been the best team in the NBA. And I think Donovan Mitchell is going to step up. I think he's going to have a star/superstar performance. I think that Mike Conley is going to step up like he's been doing all year. You have the 6th man of the year in Jordan Clarkson. You know, Bogdanovich is going to get you some threes. He's going to get you about 20 points. Joe Ingles coming off the bench, another 6-man candidate. And Rudy Gobert, the anchor of that defense, the guy who gets the rebounds and who gets the stops on defense. I think this is their year. I think it's their time. The Utah Jazz will be in the Western Conference Finals. Book it and make me 3-0 for my hot take. That's all I have to say.
That's good. It's a lukewarm take for me because that just makes sense. But
okay. I guess it's a little lukewarm, but
I mean, they are the number one seed.
right.
Everybody's been writing them off all year. We'll see. We'll see.
Hey, man. With that note, I got things falling in the background. I had to fucking shit talking to your hot take. Obviously, I'm discombobulated right now, family. Listen, I haven't been the same since my Lakers lost, but I shall have my day. Okay. And so on that note, Tramell right now got the crown of the hot take. So we'll let him have that one. And right now I'm the Joker, so the clown. So everybody's gonna get on me. I understand that, but we still got a couple more weeks in this playoff. So let's see how this goes, man. And I want to see if Utah can do it. I mean, shit, they ain't been in the NBA Finals since I was probably just
98.
Just, you feel me?
But
just been born. You feel me? Yeah. Last time the shoes came out. That was what? All right, man. We'll see.
We'll see how these games go. It's gonna be some exciting series, and this is a wrap of episode 3. I had a lot of fun. And I can't wait to come back for episode 4. And for the guys in the audience that are viewing this, please leave a comment in the comment section, leave a like, and also subscribe to the channel. And we'll be back next week. This is On Second Thought. Stay tuned for next episode 4. We're out. For exclusive shows and premium content, subscribe to the Polaris Network on Patreon.